Welcome to a video, everybody. Today we're doing a Vintage Cube Phantom Draft League. We're almost about to fire. I don't know what's new in the cube and what's been taken out recently, but generally the prevailing strategy is do as much broken stuff as consistently as you can. Who knows, we might open up some power. Either way, I hope that you'll enjoy this. Oh, okay, we have no power. It's Counterspell, which isn't bad. Eureka, which is fun, but not very good. What the hell is this? Plains Island Swamp? Okay. Sacred Foundry, Fiery Islet, Brainstorm. Honestly, I'm somewhere between Brainstorm and Counterspell. Olivia certainly seems strong, but I think it's probably better to just work with one of these. With, like, big powerful spells like this, Counterspell just is at a premium. Goldspan Dragon? I don't want to pass Goldspan Dragon, that card's kinda messed up. Otherwise, we have Yorion, Elder Gargaroth, Reanimate. This land's actually not bad. Well, other land wasn't bad either, but I just didn't want to take it there. And then Shark Typhoon. Um, Oddly enough, I think if I'm going to take a blue card, I take Shark Typhoon. If I'm not going to take a blue card, I probably take Goldspan Dragon. It's pretty good combo with Counterspell because you can use the Counterspell off the one treasure. There's also Gataxian Probe. That's also a very good card. We're just going to take the Shark Typhoon. Monastery Mentor. I don't know if that card's as good as it once was. It's usually not bad at all in decks like these. Also, Duretti. Duretti's pretty good. Marsh Flats, a little far away from what we're doing. Stratocourse, Goblin, Electromancer. I don't think we're doing Electromancer things. So for me, it's between Duretti, Monastery Mentor, and Crucible of Worlds. You can do some kind of messed up stuff in this cube with Crucible of Worlds. And there's Survival of the Fittest. I think for now I'm on Mentor. Maybe that's not that good of a plan. I think I'm either on Duretti or Mentor. I don't know which one's the right call. In the dark, I think I'm going to go with Monastery Mentor. Okay. Ketria Triome is pretty nice. Mystical Tutor's not really what I'm looking for. What the hell is this card? I don't actually know. See, do I have a, can't, I don't know how to zoom in with this client, I'll be real. There's Watery Grave, that's a pretty good one. Dismember Solid. I think I just take the Watery Grave here. No, we're not playing black yet, but mana fixing's always good. I like it more than the Ketri Triome at this point. Armageddon, that's pretty aggressive. I don't think I can take that. Memory Deluge? Not bad. Otherwise, there's Dryad, Natural Order, and Botanical Sanctum if we want to try to venture into green. Otherwise, there's Demonic Tutor. I don't mind Memory Deluge. I mean, seeing the Dryad still is interesting. But, like, we're not getting the Botanical Sanctum back anyway. Thundermaw, Vendilion Click, Riftwing, Cloudskate? I think currently, yeah, I don't really like these lands that much. I think I'm on the Riftwing for now. Pretty happy about the Riftwing. Elspeth Resplendent. 5 mana, starts at 5 loyalty, 1 counter and some stuff. Shield counter on it? Well, a shield counter. Probably protects it or something, I don't know. Expressive Iteration? That's certainly a good card. Between Expressive Iteration and Museum Orders, none of these lands really come close for me. Thirst for Discovery is also pretty solid, but I think I'm on Expressive Iteration. Then we have a Seasoned Pyromancer. A Frantic Search. We're pretty far away from doing Frantic Search things. I'll just take Seasoned Pyromancer. Card's very good. We get the Fire Islet back. That's definitely a good card if we're going to be playing red. Past in Flame's not really what we're looking for. I don't really want the Char either. Dorion? 2 damage to you. Excellent top card in your library. Just turns into a beater when it flips. Not really what I'm looking for. Take the Yorion and put it in the sideboard. There's a Goblin Electromancer, an Imperial Recruiter, and Duretti. Whew. Stuff. I mean, given the way things look, I think Imperial Recruiter hedges our bets the most, but that Duretti's probably the better card. So we'll take the Recruiter. Put this to the sideboard, and so far we're looking pretty okay. Got a couple lands, got a nice counterspell. I'm pretty happy about Expressive Iteration. Seasoned Pyromancer gets nabbed by a Recruiter, doesn't it? Yeah. Jeez, what a good card. Also grabs us Riftwing. We have a Memory Deluge for some card draw. Looking pretty good so far. Alright, now we have Ketria Triome and Fire Blast, so we're obviously going to take the Ketria Triome here. Just another land that we can grab. Island Mountain and some extra forest value for free. The Shield Breaker or the Botanical Sanctum. We can just play the Shield Breaker. I don't think we're going to be trying to run green, but we'll start it in the sideboard first. Desperate Ritual or Manamorphose? Manamorphose is more likely to make the deck. Museum Orders, we will just move the deck. Okay, well, Pack 1 went pretty well. In Pack 2, we're going to start out with a Mox, and we are going to take that Mox. We are hoping to get back Venser, and, well, to be honest, that's kind of it. I don't really think this is a Hazoret deck. We're pretty far from being a Tinker deck, and I don't think this Misty is going to make it past, like, the next two people. Moxjet, here we go. Treasure Cruise, Manalik, Young Pyromancer, and that's kind of it for us. Maybe Phyrexian Revoker? There's a world where we play that. Manalik is far from the best counterspell. Definitely loses value as the game goes on. We do look to be a little bit spell heavy, so Treasure Cruise would definitely not be awful. Young Pyromancer, however, works with, like, most of our cards so far. I think this could be a young peasy kind of deck. And a lot of people aren't really doing Treasure Cruise stuff, if I had to guess. I think we take the Young Pyromancer here. Oof, now we have Brawl, Chandra, Ignite Memories? What the hell is that? Huh. Storm, interesting. Figure of Destiny's pretty far away. Runaway Steamkin, also a little bit bad. I think it's just Chandra. Chandra's a pretty solid card. A little fair, but there's nothing wrong with fair. Fair's fine. Alright, Spell Pierce out of the sideboard, Mind's Desire if we want to do some meme value. If we hadn't passed up on the Crucible, Wasteland would be an option. And then, of course, there's Thousand Year Storm, which I don't think does anything in this deck so far. We're going to take the Spell Pierce for the sideboard, probably. Well, we have enough lands that we can, so far at least, that we could probably make use of Wasteland. I don't think it'd punish us too much, but we'll just put this in the sideboard for now. Trinket Mage gets us our Mox. That's pretty cool. There's also brain freeze, so we can kind of mise our opponents sometimes. But I think we're more likely to play the Trinket Mage. I mean, the fact that it only gets us a Mox, we'd like at least one more target. It's either that, Brain Freeze, or Rakdos Signet. I don't really know if I want to play Signet in this deck. Just take the Trinket Mage. Keep an eyeball on that other one. Blood Crypt, a Braid? Oh, well, we're going to be taking a Braid here. Pretty happy about that. Monastery Swift Spear might have made the deck. Echo Vions, probably not. But a Braid's just good. Hullbreaker Horror? Well, we're not probably casting that. Smuggler's Copter either. We will take Library. I think Library's fine. No idea what this card does. I don't even. Jesus. Well, this certainly does some stuff, that's for damn sure. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, we're just going to take the library here. Really, Retrofitter Foundry? Retrofitter Foundry is actually not bad. Took it at the last second because I'm actually not convinced that Retrofitter, the other one was that good. And we have Magda, Tanglewire, and Portent. I don't think Portent's really what we're looking for, but it is a cantrip. The fact that it doesn't give you your card immediately is kind of bad. We get back the Smuggler's Copter, Magda could be an actual card. Hangerback Walker or Porcelain Legionnaire? I mean, I think we could do worse than Hangerback Walker or Porcelain Legionnaire. Azeret the Fervent is pretty far away from what I'm looking to do. I think it's just a Porcelain Legionnaire if we want to beating on our opponents a little bit faster. And let's be real, this is a two. That's a 2-drop. Ooh, Treasure Cruise? I'll definitely take a Treasure Cruise here. Vora Stronghold is never getting cast, or played rather, in this deck. Runaway Steamkin's looking better with every card we take, but still don't think we can really play it. Like, it just isn't. Eh, we'll sideboard it. Um, yeah, I could see maybe this comes into like a control matchup or like maybe Storm or something. Or we're not playing Thousand Year Storm and we're not playing Bob or Mind's Desire. Brain Freeze? I'm pretty happy to get that back as a sideboard card. We'll actually take the Swift Spear and just run it. Avalanche Riders will sideboard. Looking to be a bit more of the aggressive blue-red plan than I previously thought. I mean, with like a Mox Jet, Retrofitter Foundry might not be making it anymore. Any good power here? No, doesn't look like we have any power. But what we do have is Suspicious Stowaway, which is pretty solid. I'm happy about that one. We also have Urza, which is obviously kind of busted. Then we have Expansion Explosion. Um, Xander's Lounge, I guess we could play, but I don't think we need it right now. And Emery, which is just not doing anything for us. So I think it's between Urza and Suspicious Stowaway. It's going to be hard for me to not just take Urza here. We haven't seen any thing that would make us want to take Inferno Titan, so we'll just take the Urza. Force of Negation and Ragavan. And in Is It Signet. This is a very tough call. Ancestral Vision would be good if we always drew it on turn 1, but we don't. Ragavan is just an insane magic card. Force of Negation kind of protects us against some of the more busted things in the format. I don't expect Force to come back, or Chain Lightning, or Is It Signet, or Ancestral Vision. But what I do know is that Ragavan will improve our win percentage by a shitload. Time Twister, we're not playing. Oko, actually not 0% to play Oko, but I don't think we're gonna play it. Polluted Delta gets the Ketria Triome, gets the Watery Grave, enables a Black Splash if we wanted. I'll take a Polluted Delta. We'll move it into the deck. I mean, otherwise, what are we taking here? Bone Crusher Giant? I don't even think we want to play Bone Crusher right now. An okay card, but Indatha is not what we're looking for at all. Eidolon of the Great Revel is pretty aggressive. Now we see a Deceiver Exarch. Hmm. We do have Imperial Recruiter. There's Through the Breach. But I don't think we're doing Through the Breach. Seagate Stormcaller. I think we take the Deceiver on the off chance that we end up finding a way to do something with it. Just into the sideboard, though. Thassa's Oracle? Hmm. We don't really have the kind of fast mana we would need to get Thassa's Oracle to be consistent, but we do have the Brain Freeze. Grim Lavamancer's not awful, but to be honest, this pack's kind of a whiff, so I'm gonna just take Lightsteel on the off chance that we get the that other card back. Murktide Regent? That's certainly an interesting one. It's a big beater if nothing else. Now we get the Splinter Twin? You know? Alright, you've convinced me. You have convinced me, that's pretty okay. Hmm, yeah. Let's get this, Zebra Exarch into the deck. And who even knows at this point? For this pack, we're not taking opposition. We don't really have the... Well, actually, we do have a couple low drops. We have a young Pyromancer. What else are we taking otherwise? I don't know. We'll sideboard it because we're not playing any of those other cards. Not even Underworld Breach. Ooh, Urgi? Urgi is pretty good. Other than that, there's Faithless Looting, which just helps us dig. We passed a Goblin Welder just a second ago. Yeah, and this third pack is pretty spicy. I think I might go with Bergie here. I think Bergie's just a good card. Although Faithless Looting kind of helps out with the plan we literally already have going, so we'll take that. Expansion Explosion is pretty good. Um, yeah, I think that's just the obvious take here. Ancestral Vision or Chain Lightning? I think I'm going to take the Ancestral Vision here. Bone Crusher, move it into the deck. Through the Breach? Oh my god. Either that or Seagate Stormcaller. We do have a way to use this, so I think we take it. Ooh, sideboard. You know, this ended up being much more weird than I thought it would be. I mean, no one's playing Oath, I guess, so we'll just put that in there. And then we even get back the Goblin Welder? What a joke. Jesus, I can't believe that that third pack went the way that it did. This is kind of crazy. Okay, so here's how things look so far. It's certainly unique, I will say that. I think we have some cuts we have to make, obviously. Question is, what cuts and how and why? We have 26 cards in the deck, so reasonably we need to cut 3 cards. Unless we're putting in Blightsteel, I don't really see Through the Breach doing anything, and it's the only thing that we're going to be able to breach, so I don't think it goes in there. We have Seasoned Pyromancer, Urza, uh, Young Pyromancer, and some 1 and 2 drops, so opposition might actually make it in here. Memory Deluge might just be a little bit too although with our Splinter Twin plan, I think it does get better. Expansion Explosion is also not bad. I think it's just a solid card. Since Trinket Mage only has one target, I think it is a fine cut. We don't have a lot of artifacts for Urza, but that doesn't generally matter. Although now that I think about it, we actually have more than we thought. Not only do we have Mox Jet, but we also have Ragabond that makes treasures, Magda that makes treasures, Porcelain Legionnaire that is an artifact, and does he work? No, it's just Rexing Third. And well, that's it. I don't think I really need too much more than that though. Shark Typhoon becomes worse in a deck like this. It's better when you're doing like control mana stuff, and I don't think I'm gonna get to the point where I have so much mana to throw around that I'm making like a 5/5 or anything. This brings us down to 24. Can we just play this in 16 lands? I think we can. I think we can play 16 lands. Add basics. No planes at all, thank you. And we'll add an additional red source. That gives us, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 red sources. 9 red sources, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 blue sources. Or 9, 9. It's not bad. I like this. I like this a lot. I'll see y'all in the first game. Had a random thought. I'm actually not sure about Monastery Swift Spear. I do like one drops, but I think I'm going to go with the Embereth Shield Breaker instead. I think being able to destroy an artifact on command is pretty solid, and although I already have that covered with a Braid, it's kind of hard to make this card super duper awful. Anyways, get save deck, hit play, and see y'all in the first match. Alrighty, at the last second, we switched out the Mizium Mourners for a Spell Pierce, and our opponent's going first. We're looking at, well, not a whole lot in my hand. I have a Mox, but it's not really doing anything for me unless I draw a land. I have 9 red sources in the deck here, and if I hit any one of them, this hand goes from kinda bad to pretty good, so I think I do keep it as a calculated risk. Pretty bad at math though, so we'll see if it actually ends up panning out. Well, that's not really good for me. That's not really good either. We do have the Abrade though, so if we get a red source here, come on, come on. Oh, that's the stuff. Pretty much exactly what we were looking for. Don't mind me, I'm just going to get rid of that soul ring. And we're on equal footing again. There are 4 cards in hand, I'm at 5. Although with the Seasoned Pyromancer, I think my opposition does more. Although we do have to find the next red source in order to cast it. Whew. I think this turn we just suspend the Riftwing. Next turn we can maybe Expressive Iteration if we draw a land. Or maybe just Expressive Iteration anyway. Hope to hit the land. One into your hand, exile one you could play at this turn. Yeah. This is a very innocuous looking card at first, but it's definitely messed up. Yeah, I mean, another turn where they didn't do anything at all. That's a Porcelain Legionnaire, that's pretty nice. We'll probably cast that for the 2 mana discount if we get an opportunity. One to go to my hand, huh? Well, I don't even know. Put the Faithless Looting in my hand. Put the expansion explosion on the bottom of the library and exile this one. And we're not casting it anyway, so it doesn't actually matter. There's a world where I put the young pyromancer on the bottom so I can shuffle it around, but I think it's more important that I keep the expansion explosion as an actual win condition. I can just burn the opponent out if it comes to it. Him to Torok. Well, that's not very good for me. Thankfully, it got rid of some cards I wasn't too keen on casting next turn anyway. At this point, they're winning the card advantage war, but, I don't know. I got some stuff going on over here. Not gonna lie, I do need to do something sometime soon. Faithless looting. Oof. Jesus. Did I just discard Seasoned Pyromancer and Opposition? Get on the Chandra plan? I don't know. I think I do. Can't actually do any kind of removal stuff to this because of, I mean, unless I have something for free. It's possible. I don't just want to cast it here, I would like to hit them right now. Swamp, enter the exile zone. We have a treasure, we get this back to our hand, and next turn, we'll see what happens. I bet they really wanted to draw that swamp. Something tells me it would have been good for them if they had drawn a land. Maybe I'm wrong, though. Putrid Imp? Dear. I kinda know what's going on now. Yikes. Okay, well, I think we do just burn it to the ground here. Yeah, I'd love to. Oh yeah, I forgot. That has an effect when it enters play. Ooh, that's a good-ass question, huh? Well, I think we're gonna burn this, so we're just gonna bounce that. This might not work out too well for me, but I think greed is good. Are they gonna kill it? This is member? What? Oh my god, are you kidding? So I traded 2 mana to bounce their card, get rid of a dismember, and hit them for 2? You know, I'm not gonna pretend that that wasn't really, really good for me, because it was. And now we get to play this. Burn this. And then dash this again. Oof, my cards are doing a lot more for me than my opponent's cards are doing for them. Ooh, and another land off the top. You just know that that's gotta, make them feel a little bad. And we're not vulnerable to any kind of sorcery speed removal. For the Ragavan, at least. Next turn, we can actually start doing stuff with the cards we exile. Although at this point, I'm kind of expecting a concession. Your cards aren't worth a thing if you don't cast them. And right now they have 6 cards burning a hole in their pocket. If they have a land to play, it plays pretty obviously play a land. And probably cast a Signet and try to cast something else. Maybe they're deciding if they just hold up 2 mana for a removal spell, but even if that happens, I just Chandra, get a card off the top. Well, that's not very good for me. I guess I should have seen that coming with what's going on, but, oof. Alright, we're discarding something. Discarded a Time Twister and a Counterspell? Well, I certainly didn't expect those cards out of their hand. That's definitely interesting. Ancestral Vision's kind of bad for me now. We're just gonna exile the top card and see what it is. Well, we can't cast a mountain, so we won't. We're just gonna play ourselves a Ragavan. We're gonna suspend an Ancestral Vision. And we're gonna hope that their 3 cards aren't that good. I don't have blue mana, so I mean, I have to imagine them pitching these 2 cards was a reflection of that. But question is how many of their cards are castable. Time Twister, Counterspell, Reanimate Plan. Okay. It's good to know. Um, yeah, Chandra dies either way, so I don't think blocking actually is good for me here. I think I just let Chandra die, and maybe they don't play a creature that I can not swing through. Coalition Relic is not a creature. It is blue mana though, they have double blue now. Necromancy? Well, can't do anything about that one. Bone Crusher Giant. Yeah, that is a card. I don't have anything that can bounce it right now, but who knows? Well, Island is not really what I was looking for. I can block 2? Jesus. This was just a rare? What a messed up ass rare. 3 mana 4/3 that also comes with a removal spell attached. Oof. Must be nice. I say, it's after all my card. Alright, do they just swing everything? Everything but 1 token, I presume? No, just everything. No, everything but 1 token, as predicted. Our removal spells I can use to get through the 1 token, so I'm not going to block here. They're on 1 card, so if I can find a way to stabilize this board, I will. Oof, well, that's definitely not going to help. I mean, I may end up having to block the Bone Crusher and just accept that. I'm going to play an island for my hand. There are cards in our deck that will punish us for not playing our lands out, maybe. Looking at 6-7 damage here if I don't block. Down to 6 life. Not really afraid of burn here, but I'm definitely afraid of just dying to combat steps if I don't do anything worthwhile. They skip that. Attack with everything but the token means they don't have anything in the hand that they're going to play after. We do not block here. We want to give ourselves the best chance of drawing something that actually matters. Well, that's not really a card that matters too much to us. Do this end cycle here. Well, that looks like the first game, that's for damn sure. We'll see. I mean, next turn, I'm pretty sure that our thing comes off suspend. Yep, off suspend next turn. We just have to survive this one. Go to 2 life. Alternatively, if they have a way to deal with Ragavan, that will just kill us. Looks like no. They will just attack. It's kind of a conservative line. Could have traded right there, but that leaves us with even less options. Phew. I'll choose me. Pretty please. Ooh, you know, not gonna lie. There's a world where this doesn't. There is a world where this will do it. I think we just passed the turn here. Because we're not doing it on our turn. Not really a way for us to do it. I think the best chance is us ambushing them. Guess we should have played out that mountain. Opponent doing something? Um, I think we do memory delusion response. It's not going to do that. We are going to take the counterspell and we're going to take the Urza. Entomb? Interesting. And they're just going to entomb now? Do they just literally have everything? What are they going to entomb? Is Echo Beyonds or something? Ashen Rider? Oh no. Well, I'm definitely going to Spell Pierce that. Phew! Pulling out all the stops today, baby. They got the nut of Reanimator decks here. They are on one card. So if we can find Splinter Twin, we do just win this game. Please, 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 one time? Oh my god, you have to be shitting me. This is on video. You all saw it. You all saw it happen. You all watched it here in real time. I mean, yeah. Whew. Well, sometimes you get there. And, I did have one additional chance at seeing the Splinter Twin. I have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana. Oh no, only 8 mana. Well, no, 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 I do have this. So what I could have done is play the Urza for 4, and then tap the artifact for blue, and then use my other 4 mana to shuffle my library and exile the top card. So now that I know what my opponent's up to, I do have an extra, I have a game under my belt, basically. Lavamancer. Doesn't do anything that exiles my graveyard. Jesus, this is rough. Ooh, my opponent has some stuff going on. Brain Freeze is kind of miserable. Metamorphose doesn't really do anything for me besides up Storm count. Retrofitter Foundry does not exile their graveyard. Playing all my counterspells already. Bring in the Through the Breach. Try and get the Blightsteel for the Misers. Through the Breach Blightsteel combo. I think going a little bit more aggressive is what's on the menu here. Although we might be able to Goblin Welder them a little bit. I don't know what else they have that would really make it worthwhile. What kind of artifacts that are in their deck. So instead of doing that, we're just going to throw that in, and we're going to take out... Ooh, Expansion Explosion's great here. We're going to take out... Ooh, glad we put in the Embereth Shieldbreaker for sure. Maybe a creature? Maybe Ancestral Vision? Did save us there. We do have to cut something. And if it's going to be a creature that we don't want them to get back, that creature's probably Urza. Might be a really, really bad justification for taking it out. It's a pretty messed up card on its own, but I don't think it advances our game plan enough that it's worth keeping in if they're going to be able to resurrect it consistently if it's in my graveyard. Well, we won that first game barely, flying by the seat of our pants the entire way. We have an Imperial Recruiter, a Young Pyromancer, and a Counterspell in our hand, as well as an Abrade. So we're going to keep this hand. Well, what a game. That game 1 was really something. Is Hand Disruption turn 1 or another turn 1 Soul Ring? No turn 1 Soul Ring, that's pretty good. Did you draw the second mountain? We're just, well, I guess we'll play the mountain. Oof, well, that's not good for me. Turn 1 Entomb Grizzlebrand? Pretty okay, I guess. Do they have it? Imperial Seal? I guess I should have played the island. Because if we draw another island, we have Counterspell. Moxjet does not really do it, but what we can do is... cast a Moxjet. Problem is, Seasoned Pyromancer doesn't even get us closer to Counterspell. Imperial Recruiter gets us something we can do. Yeah. Imperial Recruiter actually brings us closer to answering the card that they're gonna put on the battlefield in a turn. We're gonna get Riftwing. Ooh, the answer was pretty clearly Deceiver Exarch, actually, because that brings us significantly closer to just getting our Splinter Twin combo. They reanimate. Not anything I could do about that. A Signet for their trouble. Yeah, not really what I was hoping for. We're gonna just Seasoned Pyromancer here. Gonna pitch the Ancestral Vision and the Young Pyromancer. Okay, we got a Fiery Islet. Next turn we can cast a Riftwing. That's the good news. As long as they don't have a counterspell for it. Can't really attack into the Grizzlebrand here. Now, notably, we would not have drawn the Splinter Twin, so it would not have been the best plan to go with the Deceiver Exarch plan. Yeah, we're gonna take some damage. They're gonna draw 7 cards. Yep. Ox Diamond. I have to discard a land card for this. I can't just discard any card. Fortunately for me. There's the Soul Ring. Coalition Relic. Okay. A lot of mana over there. If all they drew is like mana and mana rocks, well, that's not good. Yeah, there goes the way that I have to win the game. Whew, well, 40% chance of hitting it. And they did get there. A little late to the party. Spell Pierce. Very, very late to the party. Is there a way for me to beat them down for enough damage? I deal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. Not quite. Raid. No, none of these cards do anything. This is a human. This is a human. Concede game. Okay, let's do some more sideboarding. Pretend like we have something we can do about this. I think we have to actually just mull till we hit something. Do we just bring in the other plan? I guess so. Bone Crusher can beat them down. Memory Deluge gets us closer to the Splinter Twin. Treasure Cruise is a little late game, can't do that. Yeah, just bring in the Breach and the Blightsteel. Try to out monster the monster. I'm feeling good about it. We'll take play. We do have some stuff, so you know what? I'm gonna keep it. Now, what they were low on was actually ways to discard their cards. We saw the Entomb, and we also saw the Imp, but if they don't have the Entomb or the Imp, they were actually reliant on getting our cards out of our hand. They have some fast mana, so the Spell Pierce might not be at its best. We're just going to play the Island first, and we're going to pass the turn. Next turn, that's a sorcery, so we can't really do that. What they got? Soul Ring, a Signet after? No, they don't. Okay. Pretty happy about that. That's why you play Artifact Destruction, my friends. They have another land to follow up. They do. Elective Brutality. Elishnorn? Yikes. They're gonna get back an Elishnorn? It's not really what I'm looking to see. I mean, all that happens here is I gain 2 life if I use it. And they don't get the information that I don't have another counterspell. I think I have to do it. Ugh. Well, we're gonna discard the Polluted Delta and the Magda. So it's all going to die, but I think we are on the Blightsteel plan pretty firmly. Through the counterspell, not quite at the right time, however. Maybe they don't have a third land and a way to resurrect? Here's the third land, and here's a necromancy, I imagine. Just reanimate. Yeah. Yeah, not much I could do about that one. Yeah. Hit me for 4 every turn. Worst part is they're only at 13. Yeah, we'll do this. Well, it's certainly interesting. Splinter Twin's certainly a card. Doesn't really get us out of this mess because we could have all the deceivers we want. It doesn't actually do anything for us since they have 0 power. Opponent's on 2 cards here. We just have to draw a way out of this, and you know, it does do something. It's a little ways away from doing what we wanted to do. We do have to tap out of our counter magic here. Oh, they just have a counterspell? Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's a valid use of counterspell, but it does open up more possibilities for us to take the game somehow. Just have to manage to get the Elishnorn off the battlefield. Northsight's kind of the last card I wanted to see from them. The Necromancy. Necromancy can get them Bone Crusher Giant, which will have 6 power. but doesn't really speed the clock up at all. Imperial Recruiter. Well, problem is, it doesn't actually do anything here. You can play it. Dies to Elishnorn immediately. Hmm, we'll get it. I mean, there's a world where we find some kind of line here. I can't imagine it, but there's gotta be something. Or maybe they just draw Time Twister and we lose the game. Animate dead. Well, yeah, they kind of had every single piece of the pie here. Guess we're kind of lucky we squeaked by in that first game. Yeah, they're gonna do that. The question is, do they actually use the Animate Dead or the Necromancy here? If they do, we officially have no outs. Yep. Oh well. Good game to my opponent. They had a pretty solid deck. Let's see you in round 2. Okay, we have found ourselves a match. We just have to wait for our opponent to... Here we go. We've lost the die roll again, but we have a pretty solid hand. I think I'm going to keep it. It's a little light, but maybe this Spell Pierce does something for us, and it has 3 lands. Not usually going to mull a 3-land hand. Esper Sentinel. Well, certainly not the card we're looking for, but that's okay. Started off with Mountain, pass the turn. Put the Fear Red in them, you know? Maybe they'll play a little conservatively. Copperline Gorge? I was not expecting a Copperline Gorge out of this deck. I'm a little confused now, you know? And no attack. Interesting. Um, use Porcelain Legionnaire? I mean, it's Porcelain Legionnaire or leave up Spell Pierce. So we're gonna do that. Oh yeah. And it's a Demir Signet. So currently we see all 5 colors represented on the board right now for my opponent. And an Esper Sentinel. Bold, bold, bold one for my opponent here. And my opponent's on the read the card plan. Actually keep the preview pane up and we'll start mousing over some stuff. It is just a 3-1 with first strike, my friend. Nothing crazy about it. Esper Sentinel, on the other hand, pretty wild one drop, honestly. The classic Underground Sea Plains Copperline Gorge deck, like you will. Lodestone Golem? Okay. I mean, I guess that's kind of annoying. Does fold pretty hard, too. Porcelain Legionnaire? I only have 3 cards in hand now. I think we just play the Ketri Triome. And I think we just pass the turn here. I don't think I should trade 3 for 6. They can't attack in. Esper Sentinel's not done anything so far. Keep up the Spell Pierce and still be able to pay for Esper Sentinel. I think it's better than trying to get some value off Expressive Iteration this turn. Next turn, however, we will be doing it. Opponent, taking a little while. Okay, let's see what you got, buddy. Strip mine? Well, what's this? Coercive portal? No, I don't think so, buddy. But, oh, yeah, I forgot Lodestone Golem. Yeah, so they in fact do get to draw a card here. They only get the one, they don't get one every turn, thanks to the Coercive portal. Yeah, we will untap and, ooh, you know, Magda's not the worst. Because we can put a Splinter Twin on it. Start tapping it, make a treasure every turn. Sheesh, my opponent sure is an interesting one. The Esper Sentinel, Strip Mine, Copperline Gorge, Underground Sea Plains, Dimir Signet deck. It's a little uncommon, I'll say that. I don't see too many of those going around these days. I mean, the sheer greed of running Copperline Gorge, Underground Sea, and Strip Mine, Basic Plains, and a white 1-drop in the same deck. I can respect that level of greed. I think it's quite respectable, yeah. Celestia Signet? Sure. I mean, they weren't exactly hurting for mana, so I'm not really too concerned. Retrofitter Foundry, on the other hand, is not that fun for me. I have one of those, and you know what? It would be pretty okay right here. Fairy Islet? Okay. We're one land away from starting the Magda shenanigans. I think we just play the island here. Well, do we do that? Yeah. Can't expressive iteration because we have to pay 3 for it and then 1 to do the thing. So at that point we have no mana left. Yeah, we just pass. Next turn, if we want, we can start to Splinter Twin. But more realistically, we're just in a holding pattern. See if we can draw something broken. They're gonna start making 1/1s. Maybe turning them into bigger things. Yeah, I gotta say, it's really worked out for them so far. Managed to slow the game to a snail's pace. Now they're taking advantage of it with cards that are on board. Must be nice, I suppose. Used all 5 colors to cast it already? Okay. Yeah. Pretty alright, I guess. A braid? Okay. I mean, it's not bad. 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, I'd love to pay 1 to prevent that. So far on cards, they're decidedly ahead, but, you know, I don't think I win this game by letting them get further ahead. And I think I care more about the Coercive Portal than I do getting rid of the Lodestone Golem, or even the Retrofitter Foundry. This wins them the game like right now. This wins them the game in like 10 turns. Sure. Discard some cards. What you got? Sword of Feast and Famine. Really? I'm honestly kind of surprised. They just play the triome? Certainly interesting. Smokestack? Sure. Maybe they don't know how to stack it. Ooh, well, we're going to attack with the Magda this turn, just to make sure I have the extra mana. Attack the Duretti. They do block. They don't block. They do block. Okay, that's actually fine by me. They might do some Duretti stuff to get it back next turn, but that's gonna be fine. I'm not worried about that. We'll just, cast that in response. Okay, they did do it right. They did do it right. That's a good thing for them. They have one card in hand and then one for the draw step. We just have to fade interaction here. We might have given them some information using the treasure line. But the thing is, if we don't do that, like, we're open to so much stuff happening. What's this? Coalition Relic? Well, that definitely isn't a card that I'm worried about. I'm really surprised, though, that they're not discarding that to Jaretti. Seems like that's just a misplay. I mean, I could be wrong. Not, but I could be wrong. And then there... What the hell is happening? Okay, well, I mean, far be it from me to question my opponent's infallible logic. Maybe, sure. Oh, I mean, I guess if they want to do that. But realistically, I just sack one of these useless artifacts here instead of using my, mana for that. Uh, no, we're not going to do that. We're just going to go to end step, play Deceiver Exarch for 4 mana. We're going to tap target permanent and opponent controls. That'll be, I don't know, Copper Language. On our turn, we will sacrifice a Porcelain Legionnaire. And we're going to cast a Splinter Twin, targeting our little buddy here. And then we win the game. Game, opponent. Okay, well, our opponent's doing a lot of stuff over there. In the event that we get into a board stall, I think Retrofitter Foundry will be good. I do like Spell Pierce still, but it's a little bit worse against them than I thought it would be. We do have a lot of good cards. I think our plan is good. I think we just need to do a little bit better at it, because that hand was a little slow and it didn't punish them very much. Although we luckily had the Porcelain Legionnaire to keep them from beating us down. Memory Deluge seems a little on the slow side. Just kind of fiddles around. Shark Typhoon can kind of fly over the top and get them, and it doesn't rely on us actually casting a spell. Commensurately, I think that expansion explosion's probably at its worst here. Goblin Welder, on the other hand, becomes insane, because you can Goblin Weld their stuff too, and this is not something you have to do as a sorcery. You can do this whenever you want. So if there's something in the graveyard you want them to have and something on the battlefield you don't want them to have, you're gonna weld that shit all day, baby. And then taking out, well, obviously we're keeping the Abrade and the Shield Breaker. But what we should probably take out is maybe the Expressive Iteration. It's just a little too expensive with all that interaction going on. Maybe bring in the Mizium Mortars. Take out, ooh, maybe Magda? No, Magda's too good. Uh, ooh, maybe Treasure Cruise? No. Faithless Looting. Faithless Looting's too slow. Alright. I think I have justified my choices for sideboarding pretty well. Hopefully this game we get to do kind of the same thing except better. I'd really like that. This hand, however, I don't know about this hand. Um, we have Aerial Recruiter, maybe Counterspell someday. Yeah, we'll try it. We'll try it. The Ancestral Vision, if it ever goes off, will be good for us. Yeah. Okay, no turn 1 play. Turn 1 Esper Sentinel would have not been the best for us. Spend, blue mana, pass turn. Next turn we could play a mountain and do nothing. But that's alright, because the next turn, hopefully we get to do something. There's a Copperline Gorge again. There's a Signet. Shieldbreaker wouldn't be bad. You know what, if I don't draw land, I will take Shieldbreaker. We didn't do either one of those things, but Riftwing is far from the worst draw we could have. So we'll do it. All the Suspend cards. Our Exile Zone's just filling up. That's a little disappointed that we didn't get the Welder. We'll see what they have going on over there, though. Smokestack? Lodestone Golem. Oof. Thankfully, we do have something to do here. Shit. They're the same turn? That's gross. Yeah. We can't cast either of our spells. None of them, actually. So we'll just pass the turn again. Kinda disappointing. I would have even taken a Mox there, to be honest. Stuck on 2 is not where we wanted to be on the draw. Sort of Feast and Famine? Oh, well. It's gonna own us kinda hard here. Protection from black and green does not really do it, though. Yeah. You can hit us. Let's see. Discard the Season Pyramids. Yeah, seems like a pretty okay call. There are lines where we can mise them with the Chandra somehow. I think the Season Pyromancer is just going to burn a hole in our pockets. Oof. Well. Okay. We've made it through 11 cards and we've hit 2 lands? That's a strip mine. I'm just going to concede the game now. Okay, well, I don't think we got a lot of information from that game. Metamorphose is definitely not what we're looking for. Lightsteel shuffles in if it's put into the graveyard as a replacement effect. I think we just resubmit and see if we can make things happen a little bit less clunkily. Oh god. We do have a Magda, and I think turn 1 Magda will actually be our salvation here. It's a pretty risky hand, but I didn't come here to not take risks. I think turn 2 we can actually just play Chandra if we end up drawing a land. Yeah, we got a Mox. What you gotta do about it? Okay. Oof. Yeah, turn 1 Magda's pretty good, I will say. Sunbaked Canyon? Really? Esper? What? Oh my god. Oof. Crazy. Actually busted. We are going to attack them. We don't really have a choice in the matter there. They will block. That's okay with me. We're just gonna do the Season Pyromancer here. Only question is, what the hell are we discarding? Chandra Retrofitter Foundry? Or is it just Chandra Urza? Chandra Urza. Yeah, well, we have mana. Ain't got too much to do with it, but we got mana. Okay, well, we do get to destroy that. That's the good news. And then we get to start making tokens. Even better than just destroying it, we get to do some wombo combo stuff. You know what? We might actually just kill them with combat damage in this game. On the aggro plan? What? 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 They just straight up concede? Holy shit. Wow. I knew that was a good line, but wow, I was not expecting just a straight up concession. That's pretty nice, I'll admit it. That was it's pretty satisfying. Another hard fought victory. 2-1. Well, I guess only one victory. First one was a loss. Well, I'll see you in the third match. Turns out the third match was about 5 seconds later, so here we go. We lost the die roll again. Oof, and our hand has turn 1 Ragavan, turn 2 Pyromancer. I think I do keep it. Maybe the turn 1 Ragavan is enough. Doesn't look like it's going to be enough. Yeah, don't like that. You have another land, though. That's the good news. We're gonna cast 1 and pass the turn. Fast Bond? Interesting. Only have 5 cards in hand, though. 1. 4 cards, 3 cards in hand. They can only make 2 mana this turn. What? Okay, well, I don't really think this was a good fast spawn turn, honestly. Because they could have just played literally like a land and the Devoted Druid, and they'd almost be in the same spot next turn. We play the Fiery Islet and hold up Spell Pierce? I think no matter what happens, our first road to victory involves attacking. So we are going to attack here. They do in fact block, and I don't blame them for that block. That was a pretty okay block, if I do say so. We're just going to play the Fiery Islet, and we're going to pass the turn here. They have only 2 cards here. I think one of the ways we lose this game is we let them cast a big spell that we can counter. As much as I'd like to start on the Young Pyromancer plan as soon as possible, the only thing we can cast is the Spell Pierce anyway, so Oracle of Muli is pretty much the worst possible scenario for us. And of course they get 2 cards right off the top immediately. Scavenging Ooze as well. Well, you know what they say. When it rains, it pours. Now what actually wins here? Splinter Twin wins here, convincingly. Nissa, this is just miserable for us here. They can just unfuck themselves from Spell Pierce trying to cast Nissa. They have no cards in hand, it's the only thing they're going to cast. Just going to cast a Seasoned Pyromancer. We're going to discard Spell Pierce and Urza. Well, we'll discard Spell Pierce and Young Pyromancer specifically. Yeah, we'll do that. Opposition? That actually might do it. Opposition is actually not bad here. Yeah, you can have that. It's fine. Because we have Urza next turn. Oof, Mox Pearl? Jesus. Yeah, we do kind of take some damage here, that's for damn sure. Not too terribly fond of that. You can play the opposition this turn and tap down their 3 biggest things. Yeah, they're gonna deal us some damage, but I can't really do anything about that. We'll just play the basic island. Well, we did finally draw the opposition, and it's in a pretty good spot, so I'm kinda happy. Okay, yeah, that doesn't really do anything for them. Sure. Exile the Spell Pierce as much as you want, buddy. Sure. Okay. They can attack with the Oracle if they want to. They do in fact want to. I will not block, because I can't really block here. Running out of time to try and get something done with any of our cards, honestly. We need to really start doing stuff. Did get 2 more Urzas though, or 2 more oppositions rather, and that actually can tap for mana, so that's pretty nice. However, they're going to be pulling the trigger on this next turn. Might have been best to just attack there. Yeah, I should have attacked. Oh well. If they still try to attack all out here, I can still get them pretty bad. They have a Mox and Ignoble Hierarch in hand. Next turn, they can't actually cast this, because they don't have all the colors. Sure. You can attack with the Oracle if you want to, buddy. Okay. Another land? That's not really what I was looking for. I think we play it, and I think we spin the wheel on the Urza. I don't really see what else we're doing with our lives. Ugh. I mean, that doesn't actually do anything. They only can get forest cards. That's kind of annoying. Um, I'm at 7. I can't really afford to do anything but this. Okay, yeah, we will in fact cast that. And we're gonna put a Nissa back in their hands here. One, two, three, four, five. Yeah, I can't actually do anything here. Just have to pass the turn and tap down stuff still. Ogla? Jesus. Pretty brutal. I do need to start doing things. I will literally die very soon. Um, really? Okay. Alrighty. That's Pearl. Oh, they're trying to so yeah, there's the Omnath. I get to draw a card here. Raider Hoof? Jesus. Okay, well, running pretty low on options. Next turn the draw. Crater Hoof Behemoth? Not really what I was hoping for. Killing Lanissa doesn't really do anything anymore. So, how much damage do I have on the field? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Not quite enough, sadly. Can they actually cast the Crater Hoof if Nissa's dead? That's a good question. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 8 mana. Do to keep one of these open. Well, I can't really have that happen, can I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. Do this, kill the Omnath. Swing some amount at the Nissa. Can I do 6 to Nissa? This deals only to creatures. I guess I don't kill the Omnath, I kill one of the forests. This doesn't actually do anything otherwise. They don't have a land in play. Unless I top one with that. I think the best chance of me winning this game does come down to me blowing up this forest. And then attacking for 6. Fuck. It's brutal. It's 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 Oh god, the Badlands off the top. And another one? Yeah, good game, I guess. Okay, so what's really good against them? I can do Mizium Mortars, and that will actually wipe their board of a lot of the troublesome stuff. What was bad? Ragavan was not very good there, but it might be in the next game. I just have to not have a super fast start. My main combo's good, Bone Crusher's good, Shield Breaker's fine. Shield Breaker's not at its best though. Grim Lavamancer, on the other hand, is actually not bad here. Sulfuric Vortex does put them on a clock, but I don't know if the clock is really fast enough. Retrofitter Foundry is way too slow. Memory Deluge gets me my combo, I suppose. I think Treasure Cruise was at its worst. Expansion Explosion's probably at its worst. Brain Freeze? Could I just Brain Freeze them out? Guess it depends on how busted their turns are. Probably not. I could Shark Typhoon, but they look like they're fast enough to where that's not too big of a problem for them. Kills Planeswalkers though. I think we keep the Shield Breaker. Run it like this. I would like a hand with my Mox in it, please. You know, it isn't a hand with my Mox in it, but it's a pretty okay hand. We have Removal Spell, Expressive Iteration. We'll keep it. Guess I should have taken that Burst Lightning. There have been a couple games where it would have been pretty alright for me. Hopefully nothing too crazy. Polish Mystic? Yeah, that's fine. Bonk. Pass turn. This turn, I think we... Monolith? Wow. I did see that, didn't I? Yeah, oh, whoops. We'll exile this. Suspend. Boom. Alrighty, well, if they have exactly Nissa, I'm probably just dead on the spot. Ugh. Whisperwood? Oh, that's not so bad. I can kill a Whisperwood. I do need to do it pretty much immediately, though. It's a little ways away from being immediate. Do please. We'll do that. Instead, we will accept and we will discard Bone Crusher and the island. Riftwing. Does open up some lines for us. Memory Deluge does maybe dig up our combo. Yeah, if we had discarded the Recruiter, they just wouldn't attack with the Whisperwood. We have the Ancestral coming off soon. It's pretty good for us. Just Riftwing here. Riftwing doesn't sound like the worst. Buys us a turn. We have this coming off suspend. 2 turns. Buys us time. I will accept the purchase agreement. Are they pondering a counterspell here? What? They just concede? What the fuck? What? 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 What the? What? They conceded the match? They conceded the whole match? What the fuck? What? Okay. You know, I, paid actor, I guess. Um, well, this has been a draft video with me, Robot Rallis. I hope you've enjoyed your time. This is, I mean, if I was gonna guess how this event would have gone, that certainly wouldn't have been my guess. Thank you for tuning in. Please leave a comment, like, and subscribe if you want to. I'm, um, I mean, I guess I have 100 play points. I can draft again. Good stuff. Later, everybody.